Coach Delano, thank you very much for your time. How are you feeling today?
Had a good rest, starting to feeling the good feeling about our promotion, and obviously now really starting to get down and look for players, plan and prepare. Obviously we cannot prepare the same as we did for ABC, and we can't come back with the same mindset. We have to get over those jitters of success now, and the hard work starts again.
Hey, it's only been a week though. No rest for you guys.
I think for us it's a little bit tricky. Our team obviously staying long within your, first of all, you Gauteng playoffs, then regional provincial playoffs. So it's tricky in our planning. Our boys can't be overloaded again with training. We've got to plan well. I think if you look at it, we start on the 20th of August. It's sitting with about a 6 to 8 week plan, and then obviously getting the right balance for pre-season, overloading, underloading, and also then the recruits having enough time to gel with the new environment.
Coach, you hosted trials here, and you're going to be having them for the next 2 days. Firstly, what is it that you are looking for from these trials?
I think, as I was saying to the boys earlier, we might have good players, but not particularly good players for La Masia. What we're looking for is a group of unders being 18, 19-year-olds. We need to reinforce, obviously, where we've lost our unders. Lost meaning that they've turned 23 or 22, so they won't qualify anymore. At the same time, it's also giving young boys an opportunity to expose themselves. Maybe if they're not yet ready for Glad Africa, we'll still make sure, if we get some good players, keep them in an SAB structure, train them well, and hopefully they'll be able to come up within the season.
Coach, some people say open trials perhaps are not a good recruitment strategy. How have you structured these trials to ensure that you give them enough time to showcase their talent, and also yourself enough time to see if there's anything there?
So I do agree with the notion that open trials is not always the best way, but for us it's the beginning, so get through as many as possible. I mean, good players, it's not really difficult to see them. It's first touch. There's a lot of small little things we'll use for recruiting. If I let that secret out now, we might find some of our players being poached that we could potentially have with us. But yeah, it's first get a big group in. Let's see what we can surf out. Remember now also in Gauteng we've lost Cosmos, so we're hoping that we get a lot of Gauteng boys in the open trial, particularly working with the ages first. Not really, we want to see if there's good 17, 18, 19-year-olds. And to be honest with you, in terms of our recruitment structure, we're quite clear in what we want to do. I won't also let that one out too much, but there's a certain threshold or level or group of players that are already earmarked throughout the past 8 months to go to Glad Africa. To be honest with you, it's just a matter of us negotiating with them. And like I said, I think the open trials is more for the SAB group, us knowing that we've got 3, 4, 5, 17, 18-year-olds that will be ready in the next 6 or 8 months. Open trials for our Glad Africa team, no, not really. And we're actually quite clear in the positions we're looking for Glad Africa. I mean, within the ABC Motsepe team, your Pele Peles, Highlands, there were some really good boys who deserved also to be where we are today. So we've earmarked a lot of players for Glad Africa already.
Okay. So with regards to the team in the regional league SAB, how important is it for you guys now, as you are stepping up to the professional ranks, to have a team where you can groom talent so that these boys can have the same philosophy that the first team will have?
So that's exactly what it is. Myself and Ashraf were having a chat earlier. We'll take turns with coming down to the SAB and running some sessions, and that's exactly what it's about, making sure that the philosophy is the same in the SAB group. The idea of football is exactly the same. We need to set a clear print of how we want to play and make sure that we've got a big pool of players who can deliver that standard. Also with the SAB structure, it's more about taking actually boys that should have been in an academy, maybe under 17, under 19, and then sort of progressing their development in that SAB level. Also with having really good sessions, higher level, not really what you would do with their age group, but then sort of to speed them up and get them onto the same level as our Glad Africa.
Coach, after a good showing at the national playoffs, there's an expectation that some of your players might be poached, and you might then have to go out and recruit players to fill in those gaps. Now, in your recruitment, coach, normally teams, when they step up to the upper leagues, they look to go for the experienced players. But we've seen with JDR, they went for mostly unknown players and they are competing. What would be your approach to fill those gaps?
I love what JDR has done, and I think you can also see the result from that. Listen, a lot of teams make that mistake, and it's really a mistake because we have so much unearthed talent that we need to be giving a chance. If you look at our team, the core of our team are really boys who should have been there 2, 3, 4 seasons ago already. Stingo, Joshua Sauls have been promoted now for the 4th time a team. We're not going to go out and look for new players who have experience or big names. Honestly, that's a mistake we're not going to make. We're going to keep on looking for hungry players who deserve an opportunity. We're going to keep on looking for players that have been overlooked in the past and give them an opportunity. Recruitment process, we've stuck to our guns and said, look, we have actually a lot of agents calling and saying, I've got this player who's got this experience, and for us it's a no-brainer. We're not gonna go that route at all. Players being poached, with all respect to my players and to the teams trying to recruit them, we're not going to hold any of our players back. They must want to be with us. And again, also, if they've got another level to prove themselves at being PSL teams, we're going to give them an opportunity to go and grow. So we're not going to release our boys to another Glad Africa team. Doesn't make sense for their careers. But I'm saying it again, players must want to be with us. Unfortunately, football now is the sad game of money, and that's a mistake. We've also tried to guide our boys and say, look, don't run after the money. Look at your career, think of where you've been and where you can go to, and we've proved it now, getting a promotion with players that are hungry, been overlooked, and said to them, look boys, we know somebody will come to you and say, we'll double what Masia is giving you. Just as a strategy of breaking our rhythm, just as a strategy of breaking our team. But that's why we also have the open trials. We will always find gems. Mish has come through this process, open trial, and I'm sure we'll get 1 or 2 more like a Mish, and hopefully unearth good talents for the bigger teams, Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns. That's what Masia is about, giving young boys an opportunity and never being afraid to let them go and grow somewhere else, as long as it's not at the same level we're playing.
Excellent, coach. Last one, that you've had your first day. I'm sure you've picked up a few. What is happening tomorrow and on Thursday?
So the process we're going to follow, we're going to get boys in, like you said, today, tomorrow and Thursday. We're going to build probably 1 or 2 teams that will play regular friendlies against our first team and see if they can compete. And the message is clear. We need to find players that are better than what we have. Otherwise, there's no need for us to recruit. And then again, also to build a very solid SAB team, which is sort of our feeder team. And lastly, we will also then have an under-19 team at Panorama GDL and build another solid team there, so that you can see we've got a 2-year, 3-year, 5-year plan. And again, our plan is Masia. We want to push into PSL, and by the time we hit our 5-year plan, we would like to also be in the PSL for about 2 seasons already, knowing that we've got a good flow of structure of footballers coming through.
Sounds very good, Coach Delano. Thank you very much. Hopefully we'll chat to you again in future just to get any updates regarding the team. Once again, congratulations, still fresh in our minds.
Thank you very much for the congratulations. We've had to pinch ourselves and say, look, let's not be too overwhelmed by the success. It is really a journey. that I would not like to travel again on the ABC Glad Africa. That fight is not easy, especially as a Gauteng team. We also want to just say thank you to all our supporters who've come out in their numbers, and I'd also like to encourage them, please come and help us as we ply our trade in the Glad Africa and help us get one more push until we get to the big one.
Thank you very much, coaches.
Thank you.